is about 2 hours from capital. Here in Teresópolis, we have a CBF, the Brazilian Football Club concentration. I work with IT since 2008. It's 16 years. I'm married. I have no pets because I live in a small flat. Then I have no, I haven't space to have pets. And about the question, no, I don't think I have a good communication. Because in Portuguese, I speak a little fast. Some people don't understand very well some things I say, and depends on the situation. If the environment is very hot, I do, maybe I do some confuses. Not about my ideas, but when I have to put out, sometimes I don't put it very clearly.
But basically, it's good because you know that you talk fast, so you know what you have to get better. So it's something good. Sometimes we just think I do not have a good communication, but we don't know what points we need to get better. So yeah, I think it's a start. And what about you, Elton? Please introduce yourself. And do you think you have a good communication?
Okay, so I am 31 years old. I'm a guy from São Paulo. I've been working as a Python developer. I'm graduated in computer science. What else? I'm a father. In my spare time, I like to do some outdoor activities. I like to spend some time away from the computer. I'm a guy that I like to run, I like to swim, I like to practice some kind of sports, things that I never liked in the past. So nowadays I feel more comfortable to do that. I like to move my body nowadays. What else? Yeah, I like to travel. I like to go to the beach. It's my favorite place. So yeah, that's all about me. So about the question, mm, of course, I'm not the best the best person to be a reference about communication. But nowadays, I believe that I'm better than in the past, than my old version. I'm trying to improve my communication every day. I'm working on that. It's an essential skills nowadays. I'm a developer, but I don't think just about the hard skills. I like to improve my soft skills as well. I like to read. I'm here improving my English, but here I can improve my communication as well, because we are here having this kind of exchange of ideas, of opinions, and we can talk about a lot of subjects. Uh, each immersion is different. So yeah, that's all.
Perfect. Yeah, I have to say that I it helps me a lot be here, talk with you all every week because communication was a problem for me. And now I'm still have small problems, but I'm really, really better than I was. So yeah, try to talk with people every week and we will be good on this.
Yeah, we are exposing ourselves here with you, with the YouTube. So we need to improve it.
Many things. And what about you, Ayla? Please introduce yourself and do you think you have a good communication?
Okay, so I'm Ayla. I'm from Pará. As you know, I was born in Belém. Uh, I'm married. I have one daughter, and I work as a public servant, and I am a shy person, but I try to face it. And about the question, uh, I think it depends on, for me, depends on the situation. When I'm on a good environment, when I have opportunity to to talk to people, people are open to talk to me. Yeah, I think I'm able to have a good communication. But I confess I try to improve it. I don't consider myself a good uh, talker, talker, because as I said, I'm a shy person. So, but I like to listen to people more than talk. And because these people usually like to talk to me because they say, "Oh, you are so calm person." But I think I don't know. I think sometimes it depends on the situation, but when people are so present, I like to listen to engage in what they are telling to me because I think it's a good way to make friends and to share our opinions, our ideas, but in a polite way. When people are so rude or so difficult person, I think it's difficult for me, and I think for me when there is some situation, I stay away because uh, I think it's important to to have our opinion, but it's important to be respectful, to be empathetic. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Perfect. Yeah, and I'm just like you. I'm a good listener, and sometimes people came to me to complain about their lives. And okay, I'm a good listener, but I don't want to listen you complain about your life. Please tell me something good, okay?
Yeah,
It happens
yeah,
a
that's
lot.
true. It's
Eh,
I think it's crazy because sometimes people don't own me, and just they started to talk a lot about their lives, and I think, oh my gosh, I couldn't to talk about my personal life like this. It's incredible for me.
yeah, different people. And what about you, Lucas? Please introduce yourself. And do you think you have a good communication?
Okay, my name is Lucas. I have 32 years old. I'm living in Minas Gerais, Belo Horizonte. I study mechanical engineer and I work with this too because I will conclude my course in the next year, but I working in the area. Okay. And when you say a good communication, you say about English or you say about my communication.
Your communication in general.
Okay, in about English, I'm not consider a good speaker because when I was 14 years old, I started an English course in Fisk. 5 years I studied when I very young, and now my objectives is other. Uh, I am focused. I'm
Yeah.
focused in my career, and every day I see if I'm not a good speaker English, I I I, I can lose very opportunities because in the how can I say in the in my job, if people if an engineer don't speak English, he he don't have any opportunities. And I have this class now because my boss said to me today, in the October this year, I'll go to United States. So I have to study a lot. About the other communication, I consider a good communication. I like to say another people with other people. I talk with everyone, and is this is it.
Perfect. Guys, I have to say that you have something very good because uh you think about what you will talk about. And I'm not a person who knows how to do this. I just talk, and sometimes I feel confused about my thoughts. And uh, yeah, and you just breathe and you talk. So, yeah, you have a good communication. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Great. And Ayla, do you think that introvert person are the worst than the extroverted person to communicate and in general? Because you said you are a quiet person, so you do not do you do you do not like to talk about your life. You are not so much communicative, and I think you are an introvert person. So do you think that extroverted person are better than introvert person to communicate?
Yeah, I think so, in general. In general, yeah. There is some extrovert person who are so good communicator speaker because they I think it's easier for them to share their opinion because they don't worry a lot about the people's what the people are thinking about. They just want to talk to show their ideas, and I think maybe it could be helpful when people are more extrovert than introvert person about to be a good or not uh, communication. So yeah, I agree.
Okay, and what about you, Elta? What do you think about this?
Well, I believe that an extroverted person can keep a conversation easier. Uh, and I don't know because I believe that there is space for everyone. But if you are an introverted person, you of course will frequent different spaces, places, and the environments that you feel comfortable or you feel good. And I believe that talking about the work environment, it depends. Uh, I believe that an introvert person have different goals than an extrovert person. So yeah, it's make parts of the everyone of the each kind of people. I believe that at the end everything just happens for them. So each one needs to know what is the goal and the work on that because we are here we would like to improve our communication our English and maybe or sometimes we are changing our minds in our self our way our a of see the life. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that in my case, and Ayla, for example, in the job, at the job, sometimes I do not feel that it's a good idea sometimes share our opinions. Sometimes it's uncomfortable because everybody wants a space, everybody wants to talk, and extroverted person just go and explain about everything. And it's so much people talk at the same time. So I'm not as an introvert person and say, oh, I will talk here. I will not do this. So sometimes when I want a space to talk, I love this because we can raise our hands and just make a sound. So this is my space. I will talk.
Yeah,
But
I agree with you. Sometimes I have this problem as well. But if you don't talk about yourself, you don't have a subject to talk. So sometimes you need to share some personal information or talk about your life. But yeah, sometimes I don't like as well.
yeah, and sometimes it's good to do this at the job. And what about you, Elias? Do you consider yourself a introvert person, a extrovert person? And do you think that one is easier to extrovert person be a good speaker than to the
Yes.
introvert?
I consider myself an introvert person. I nowadays I'm not too much introvert person because I do some things that I have to speak in public in the church because I was a secretary and as a secretary I have to do a kind of report and read this report. And this report have to get approval or not. Then I do this. I did this from I don't know from 3 years. I don't know maybe. Uh, and I have in the I have to support people as a secretary. Then I'm not too much shy today. And I'm also hosting here in Talking Talk. I have to guide this conversation like that. Then I'm not too shy. But yes, I agree. For extrovert person, it's easier to speak. It's easier to talk in public, in events with a lot of people. It's easier. I agree. Totally agree.
Great. And for you, Lucas, do you think that it's easier to extrovert people talk in public?
My vocabulary is not good, but I will try to speak. I'm think the repeat, please.
Do you
Uh,
think that is easier to extrovert person talk in public?
extraversal.
Yeah,
Yes,
extrovert.
extrovert.
Yeah,
Uh, I think the extrovert people have a facility to speak in public because the other is quiet.
yeah,
The other when the introverts
introvert.
introverts people are quiet, and in my opinion, is difficult to say in public. I'm consider a extrovert people, but I depended of the moment. In moment you have to say extrovert, in the other moment introvert.
And how do you feel when you need to talk in public?
I'm feel good. I'm feel normal. Really.
Come
I'm
on.
feel-
I just gonna crazy when I need to talk in public, guy.
when I started in my new position in the in my company, I in the first three days I'm difficult to say something, but I say, but in the other days I speak normal.
Yeah, and my first job and my first feedback was that I needed to talk because I do not talk anything at the meetings. I just close my camera, close my mic, and do not want to talk with anyone. So it was my first feedback.
I were in the meeting in the what to say now in your
Job?
feedback in your
Yeah,
feedback you say reuniões meeting, okay? Meeting,
um, yeah, meeting. This is a
meeting,
meeting.
meeting. Okay. I ask it if I have a doubt. I ask it. For example, someone say something and I don't understand. I say and I ask it. That's it.
I'll never do that. Yeah, and Elton, as I said, my first feedback was terrible, and I needed to to be better at the job with communication. Do you do you think that communication is one of the most valuable soft skills at the job?
Oh,
You
sorry. Yeah, sure. For me, is the most important. So, because we are all the time talking with um I don't know, coworker, with a manager. In some cases, you need to talk about some projects with analysts. So you need to be clear. You need to know how to express your ideas, your point of view, and know how to deal with the other parties, because you need to have some kinds of agreement about the next steps, and for that you need to know how to ask. You need to know, uh, yeah, express yourself very well. So for me, it's very important.
yeah, you put it in at the top one.
Sorry.
You put it at the top one, so this
Yeah,
is the
yeah, sure,
most important.
sure. of course.
Yeah, so yeah, it's really important for you. And for you, Elias, do you think that communication is one of the most valuable soft skills?
Yes, yes, because sometimes as a software developer, we can lose some opportunities if we can't communicate very well. I think, how can I say, some people that are not good with hard skills, but can communicate very well and sometimes achieve their goals, achieve, I don't know, a job, passing job interviews, things like that.
Yeah, and especially communicate about our job.
Yes.
Otherwise, other people will communicate for you, and it will be just like that you do not do anything. You are just there and you are doing nothing. So this is not a good. And Lucas, why communication is important for you? You said you are here to practice English, to to become fluent. So why communication is important for you?
The communication is important for me because when you have a good communication, verbal and no verbal, because we have two communication, right?
Other level.
Yeah, when the both are good is when both is good. I don't know the things is too easy.
Easier.
Easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have a good communication, verbal and no verbal, the people treat you much better. You can convince, convencer, convinced. How can I say this?
Maybe convince.
Influence.
Convince.
Yeah, influence is better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. You can influence the other people's much better. To me, I agree with Elton. Is the To me is the first soft skills is communication.
Yeah. This week at the job, I sent a message, but before this, we had 1 hour of meeting to decide the message. So yeah, to send a message, it's necessary a lot of work. And for you, Waila, why communication is important?
Um, why? Not
Yeah,
in general,
in
work.
general.
Hmm. So I think communication it's so important uh, because we can understand people and to avoid some misunderstanding, and that's the way you can solve some problems, especially at a work environment. I think, as you all said, communication it's about soft skills, and it's so important uh, to to improve it because all the time we have some difficult to deal with people, and when we have a good communication, but especially when you have a good communication, but in a polite way, uh, you can you can that skills can be so useful because you can you can handle better about bad situations, uh, and uh, and it's good too uh, about to handle with your relationship in family, uh, friends with family, friends, and or with your co-works. Because I think you can share your opinions, you can contribute in a way to achieve some solution. Uh, and I don't know, I think communication uh, is wherever you are. And for example, uh, I'm here and it's possible to interact to you because I'm communication this moment. So I think that's why I decided to learn another language because I'm so interesting about this, about to understand people and to be understandable. Você entendeu? Yeah. And yeah, I think it's incredible because when you are able to communicate, you can connect to people, and that can change your life a lot. Yeah, I think it's more about it.
Perfect. Yeah. Before we continue, I really wanted to highlight something here. Lucas said about um, verbal and non-verbal communication. So it's amazing what he said about it because sometimes we think about communication just about verbal communication, but our body speaks a lot. So when I say Ayla, maybe something like this, oh, I start to think, oh, she's shy, she's not so much confident. When Lucas is just like this, maybe he's think, oh, it's so boring, it's not good. Oh, he maybe searching something. So we can have many perceptions about bodies. Just look at them and read them. So nonverbal communication is just as important as verbal communication. So I think that it's something that we also needed to work on this. And still talk about communication jobs. Elias, do you think that have a good communication can help you in a job interview?
Yes, of course. Because, like I said before, sometimes we are very good. We have a lot of technical skills. We are a hard work person. But if we can expose it, the interviewer can see it in us. I think it's important to learn how to communicate well with a conscious way, because the interviews usually has a short period of time. Some interviews it's like 10 minutes. Then we have 10 minutes, 10, 20, 30 minutes, 20 minutes to expose ourselves and do how can I say, do our personal brand, like. like that.
Great. And for you, Lucas, do you think that communication can help you in a job interview?
Oh, help it very, very much, because
Heard.
I
Yeah.
heard, I heard every day in the internet, in the my job, who have a good communication, and I see when I see a person have a good communication, uh, uh, this person have many opportunities. This person, the other people uh, like this people, and to me is the most important.
Great. And what is your opinion about this, Elton?
Well, I totally agree with the guys. Uh, Communication open a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities. So if you express yourself very well, you can deal very well with the interview process. So I believe that your communication is one of the most important points that the interviewer pay attention, because at the end you need to know how to deal with the team, with the job. So I believe that is a point that can uh, uh, I forgot the word, but disqualify you, because if you don't have a clear communication with the recruiter or with the interviewer, you are not a qualified person to go to the next step or to be employed. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, this made a huge difference. And Ayla, um, have you ever taken any course to improve your communication? Do you think that it's important, or maybe it doesn't make the difference for you?
Um, about the question, job interview?
No, if you
No?
take any course to improve your communication skill.
Okay. Uh, I I've not I've never taken this course to improve my communication skills, but I think it's good. It's good, especially when you have difficulty about it. And because, as Guy said, communication is so important, especially when we are looking for a job, for a good opportunity. And because that's the way you can show your abilities, and people can decide it if you are uh, a good option for the job, that job. Uh, but no only job, but for our uh, personal life too. I think when we are not good to communication, you can have problems. For example, when we are not good to communication with our partners, for example, uh, I think it's hard to maintain a relationship because people have necessity to communication all the time, to um, how can I say, fortalecer the relation, uh,
Make it
show,
strong.
yeah, to keep strong the relation, to show how important the person are for you, or to show your care, your feelings, something like that. I think it's so important. And when you have difficulty about it, it's important to improve it. Sometimes there is some professional help, like a psychologist or other professional who can help us to improve it. And I think it's possible to get better. Yeah. I think a good way to improve our communication it's to learn another language. I do believe it because I don't know. I think nowadays I think I'm able to communicate better in English than in Portuguese. It's it's crazy sometimes because I don't know. I think because Brazilian people talk too much sometimes, and sometimes I don't feel comfortable in some environment, and yeah.
So when I asked you this question because, as I said before, my first feedback at my first job was about communication. And I took some years ago a course to to improve my communication. So it also helped me a lot. So I think that it made a huge difference in my life. So it's something that it was important for me. Guys, we're almost finished our time, but before I finish this conversation, I really want that to give me a tip to improve my communication skill. So, Elias, I will start with you. Please, a tip to improve our communication.
You ask for the wrong person. I need a tip.
You are the right person because of this.
I don't know. Maybe reading. Because if we reading, we can improve our vocabulary. We can consume content, and if we consume content, we have things to things to share with other people. For example, I don't know too much about football. If you ask me about football, oh, I don't know. I just say I don't know. Yes, interesting. Okay, but if I start reading about football, okay, I can give you some tips, some I don't know, some give you a polemical question, thing like that. I think reading is a good way to improve communication. Read the news about the most recent news.
Perfect. This is a really good tip. And what about you, Ayla? Please give us a tip.
Uh, I think maybe I think a good tip would be to be engaged in the conversation, even in a non-verbal language, because people like when we are pay attention what they are telling to you. So, and even if you only nodding your head, people feel like carried, and because you are pay attention, and it's good. It's good. Our body language speak a lot, and I think it's a good tip.
Yeah, yeah, and the patient of people, I think this is something hard to achieve. So when you are talk with someone, try to pay attention. This is something really interesting. Elton,
Well, I believe
please, you
that
will give me two tips because you are good on this.
no way. Well, let me see. I believe that sometimes the problem is that we overthink a lot. We think what the other parties will think about us. So I like to think that at the end, if we die, no one cares about us. We will be forgotten in 1 week or less. So I try to do my best nowadays. Yes, I already had some problems with that. So yeah, I believe that we don't we can't think too much or overthink about the other's opinion, and just do our part, our best, and go ahead.
Good tip. And before the last tip, I will ask to you please answer the survey. I sent the link on chat, so please answer and share your opinion about this meeting on the survey, okay? And Lucas, please give us a tip to improve your communication.
So, in my opinion, if you improve your communication, or if you want to improve something in your life, if you want something with your heart, when you when you have a determination, is correct. When you have
Yes, I
a
think.
when you have a call, you do what I have to do. You talk with other peoples, you talk with your job friends, you talk with someone that you don't know, in the street, in the university, in the Burger King, McDonald's, doesn't matter. You have to talk with your people, with your uh, uh, with people. My tip is this: you have to talk with some people, a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. We need to practice.
Yeah, you don't have a faith to do this, because when you talk, for example, you stay in shopping, and you talk with some people. You talk with her, and then she's going to your home, and you'll never see again. This is it. Okay.
Those were the best one because we will never see them again.
Yeah, you say, oh, yay. How are you? Are you good? You come to shop to buy something, and this is it.
Perfect. So, guys, that's it. It was a really nice conversation. And I really hope to see you here again next week, okay? Have a great weekend. Enjoy, have fun, drinking, and that's it. See you soon. Bye bye,
In
guys.
the
Thank
in,
you.
in the
You guys,
Bye
bye
next week,
bye.
bye.
in
See
the
you.
next weekend is
Bye. Thank
the
you.
same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
every week at
See you later.
7